budget is the challenge. Yet, even with the hard times ahead, getting quick spending for education over the last 4 years of nearly $1 billion and not raise taxes. We have made Georgia the #1 state in our country with to do business. You see signs of it all around. Carbo Ceramics in Jenkins County, Miramax in Jefferson County, and just the list goes on and on. I'm proud to have served with our governor. He is one of us. He was born in Miller. His family roots in Burke, Perdue County, and grew up over in San Diego. And he has visited Augusta and our area more than any governor in recent history. He cares about our part of the state as much as any other. We see that in the investment in higher education. Georgia Regional University, the increase of residencies, bringing in, making that a research center. I don't want to, I'm out of all time. I want to welcome to our fair city and county David Perdue, who, whether he knows it or not, worked in a company that invested in our community. And of course, we all love his cousin, son, who still has investments in Burke County, and Griffin County, and very active. I also want to welcome Rick Allen, everybody here has known for quite some time, and who was also investing in Burke County. If you go half a mile from western direction of 6th Street, you'll see where R.W. Allen has its latest project. So we have the best slate possible, and we are just excited to have you in our midst. So please say a word to our group here.
I appreciate y'all coming out, boys. It's great to be out here in Burke County and Waynesboro. This is our Unity Tour. We started last weekend. The governor and a few of us were out. Today, Rick Allen and I are out here talking with you and getting the governor's representatives to say a few things. But I got to tell you, I'm excited to be on this ticket. We've got a great ticket. We just talked about it. We've got 3 candidates, the governor, myself, and Rick Allen here, who all understand what it takes to make a payroll. And we're going to talk about that a lot next month. My mission in this race is to basically connect our opponent, Michelle Nunn, to the reality of the Democratic Party. That's a failed administration right now. However you measure it, if you look at foreign policy, the border, the economy, Obamacare, this is a failed administration. We're going to talk about that. I can tell you this. People in Georgia are concerned about 2 things. The economy and jobs. They're also concerned about the debt. And the way we're going to solve that is to get this economy going, cut this unreasonable spending in Washington, and get back to the roots of the Republican Party. And that's economic opportunity, fiscal responsibility, and limited government. If you like what's going on in Washington, you've got to vote for Michelle Nunn, because she's going to be a rubber stamp for Harry Reid. But we have an opportunity right now to take the city back, and we're going to do everything we can to do that. We're also going to do everything we can to get Governor Deal elected to 4 more years. This state's the #1 place in the country to do business. We're going to keep it that way. We're going to get Rick Allen elected to a Republican seat, or to a Republican, as a Republican in the Democratic seat right here in the 12th district. There's no question that Georgia's a great place to do business. Imagine what we could do if we could get these bad government policies out of the way at the federal level. And that's what I intend to do. If you're as outraged as I am about the size and scope of this government, about the amount of money they're putting up on our backs of our kids and grandkids in this debt, the fact that they're making excuses about not securing our own borders, and the fact that we're confusing our allies and encouraging our enemies around the world with our foreign policy, then I hope you'll stand with me and help me take our country back. I'm going to introduce Rick Allen. He's a business guy. He's doing business right here in Burke County, and we've been with each other all day today, and we've been talking over the last few weeks. I can give his speech, he can give my speech. But right now, I want him to give you his speech and tell you how he's going to beat Barrow in the 12th district and get a Republican in that seat and go to Washington. Thank you. God bless.
Well, as I've said all along, it's unfair for me to have to follow Senator Jesse Stone and then our next senator from the great state of Georgia, David Perdue. But I'm going to manage somehow. first, I want to recognize Jonathan Day. Jonathan's back here. Jonathan's the chief of staff of my good friend Joe Wilson, right over here on a neighboring county in South Carolina. Joe made a statement a few years ago that we know has completely come true. Because this president had said you can't keep your doctor, you can't keep your health insurance, and your health insurance premiums are going to go up 10 times, he would have never been elected president of the United States. So Joe nailed it, and Jonathan, thank you. We were together this week over in Aiken County, and I'm going to tell you, we had a great time together, and Jonathan, thanks for putting that together. And Jonathan's got two of his team members here with us today. Guys, raise your hand there. Thank you for being on this. I want to just say three quick things. One is I've been running for Congress for 3 years. And as I've gone through the district, the one thing that I've heard from everybody, and I don't care whether you're Democratic or Republican, they are not happy with the direction of this country. The only way to change the direction of Washington is to change the personnel in Washington. And we've got to do that right here in the 12th District. Since John Barrow was elected to Congress, in his first year, this government was spending $2.3 trillion. Today, Washington is spending more than $4 trillion, folks. No other country in the world has had that kind of government growth in the last 10 years. It must be stopped, as David said. You know, I wrote David's stop speech earlier here today. But David pretty much said it all. You know, we have got to get back to people helping people and businesses creating jobs. It's all about economic freedom, folks. We must get the government out of the way. Our economy is ready to grow. Now, talking about the governor for a minute, you know, Georgia lost 360,000 jobs. And through the help with Jesse and many others in the legislature and our governor, over the past 6 years, the most difficult time in the history of this country since the Great Depression to create jobs, this state has created 250,000 jobs. What we have here before you is the economic and job creation dream team of Georgia. That's what it's all about. That's what we're running on. And we promise you that we're going to create jobs. We're going to get 92 million people who are sitting at home back to work. And you know what that's going to do? That's going to lead us to a balanced budget. That's what we have to do. Obviously, there's going to be some government spending to do. The third thing I want to share with you is this. I talked to one of our supporters yesterday down in South Georgia, and he wanted me to talk to a friend of his who's been disillusioned by the whole thing. He was a John Barrow supporter. And I called him and I said, well, why would you support John Barrow? He said, well, John returns my phone calls. I said, well, that's fine. I have a 24-hour policy. I return every phone call within 24 hours. That's what we did in our business. He said, when I go to Washington, John will see me. I said, well, you know, I have an open door policy. Always have. Nothing unusual about that. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. He said, well, John, my point. With that, I said, well, let me just tell you a few things. I said, John Barrow voted 29 times along party lines against defunding or delaying Obamacare, the worst piece of legislation in the history of this country. In fact, just part of the reason this economy is not growing like that. John Barrow just last week voted with the president on immigration. The Republicans had a fix for this mess we're in, a temporary fix. John Barrow voted against it. And then the one thing that I was really shocked about is he voted against the constitutional, what I call the constitutional lawsuit. What we want to do, and we shouldn't have to do this, but the Justice Department is so inept that, you know, our president took an oath to uphold the Constitution of this country. And nobody believes he's doing that, including the United States Congress. You know, it's like, you know, of course, John Barrow's comment when he voted against it, he said it's a waste of money. That's like telling somebody who robbed a 7-Eleven, you know what? Our local Justice Department doesn't have the money to prosecute this guy and put him away. Just let him go rob a few more 7-Elevens. We got to stop this, folks. Like I said, we have an in-depth Justice Department that won't react on it. We must get this done. Now, here's what we've discussed today. If we win the 12th District of Georgia, which I feel confident we're going to do, John Barrow's the top of their ticket vote. We beat John Barrow, we sweep the state. That's what we're about today. Unifying our party, we're going to do it. Thank you very much. Oh, this is my wife, Robin. I think everybody's better. Thank you. And I like to say, I want to do it right there in front of that camera. John Barrow don't have this.
Picture. Everybody come on out for a picture. Go ahead, Dan. We got to show you here.
Oh yeah, shoulder to shoulder.
Come get in this picture. Wait a minute, wait, we have one, two Burke, come on, Ken, get in this picture. There's them over there. They're huge in Burke County. They're such tireless workers. Get in this picture. I'm being bossy. It's about other boys.
I know that look. I see it. There it is. Come on, again. Right there in the middle. There you go. All right, thank you very much.
All right. Hey, y'all, thanks for coming out today. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
They'll put me on the spot next time.
All right, let's load the bus up. Let's go. We got to go to Augusta.
Good work.